relationship. What is the primary relationship? You can look out into the world and you can see and sense where your relationships are. This is where you come out of yourself and you go to work and you go to your social events and you interact on a relationship basis. But these are not the primary relationship, that is, the most important relationship you can ever have. The most important relationship is that which you have with yourself, because it is from that position, from an energetic perspective, that you then are able to move out into the world and inform the world of the nature of what the relationship is that you have with yourself. Of course, there needs to be some inquiry, some deep and meaningful inquiry into the nature of how you are existing in the world. The true essence of the energy that is the self is that which is the observer, which is aware of the experience that the self is having as it moves within the nature and the purpose of life. So the self is that vehicle where you are able to draw in the energies of the universe, draw in the energies of the earth, draw in the energies of those that are around you, and begin to understand how they create the self and how they are associated with that which you are beginning to understand when you come into the nature of understanding the self, what your true self is, what your true purpose in life is for being here on this planet at this particular point in time. And what we want to begin with is that we are saying that the true self, the observer, that is the true essence of you, that you are in relationship with, is unconditional love. Of course, there are many different versions of love, and we will talk about that at another time, but at this particular point in time, in relation to the relationship you have with yourself, it is that which is of unconditional love in terms of energetic availability to be examined at a deep level. Of course, you can look at the relationships, as we have said, with those that are outside and see whether or not there is an intimacy that is in relation to the relationship that you have. Of course, we wish to emphasize this word, intimacy, because what you may feel is that it is the transfer of energy that you have with another, that you are in an intimate relationship. But the true nature of that word, when you break it down, is to into me see, as in see into me. And of course, how can someone see into you if you do not know who you are, if you have not examined at a very deep level what is the nature of yourself, how you are existing as an energy form, how you are creating your life, and whether it is in fact your life, or whether you are living beyond that self under the terms and conditions of those that have been placed upon you by your family, by your experiences, by your governments out there in the world. That is not to say that is wrong, because that is how you have been brought up from a very early age in terms of how to be a human being and what the nature of a human being is. But we are here to challenge that. We are here to say to you, take a step back. Find some space where you can reflect. Find some stillness where you can see yourself, even if you have to sit in a dark or sit in a front of a mirror where you can truly reflect, truly see the physical nature of you, and then have the ability to look past that. Look further into the nature of the observer energy that you truly are, that which is unconditional love for yourself. And we would say, many of you wish to be in unconditional love-based relationships. And it is important that if you wish to have that as part of your journey, part of the manifestation or the experience that you are desiring in life, that you need to understand what unconditional love is. unconditional love in relation to yourself is beyond conditions. It is simply observing that which is occurring. It is simply putting in place and nurturing the energy that is the observer. Of course, you will see the experiences. Sometimes you will be drawn back into the experiences and feel as if you are the experiences that are sometimes painful and sometimes joyous. But that is the experience. There is an observer of those experiences, and that is the true nature of yourself. When you are in the primary relationship of witnessing the self, understanding from a conscious awareness perspective that the self comes from an energetic perspective of unconditional love for all that is, including you, the observer, then you are able to reflect that back out into the world. There is a resonance that you can feel when you are in the presence of someone that has settled and become accepting and surrendering to their true nature, that of unconditional love. They do not say, I am in love with myself. They do not have to say that I unconditionally love myself. You can see it in the way that they move, the way that they talk, the way that they draw people energetically into relationship with them. And they are simply mirroring to you that which is the true nature of the relationship that they have with themselves, that is available for you to have with yourself. So find a space, find some silent space where you are away from the distractions of the world, where there is no interruptions, where you can be called away at a moment's notice. It is simply a space where you can reconnect, where you can truly understand the nature of who you are. So we would urge you to move down that path. Make sure that you are settled, that you are going to be challenged in terms of the conditions that you are living your life in, and whether they are simply right for this moment in time, or whether you are continuing to allow conditions to exist because you have become used to them and to attach to them. Because once you begin the journey of understanding the true self, then things will begin to change for the better. Life will become more purposeful. There will be more happiness in your life. There will be more joy and blissful moments because you are affording yourself the energy of unconditional love. And of course, when you have that within you, and if you are within a family or a relationship, or those that are around you can witness that unconditional love is the basis from where you come from, then you can enjoy the flavour or the quality of the relationships that you are then finding yourselves in, because that will then start to trigger, from an energetic perspective, an unconditional love-based search in those that you are in relationship with. So take the time. You have come a long way in order to live this life in its manifested form within the physical body that you are existing in. So why would you not give yourself the opportunity to truly understand the nature of your being, to truly understand the nature of your existence and why you are here at this time? It is important that you understand the context of the self and your relationship with yourself before you move on to understanding the nature of the context of your relationship with humanity or your relationship with the earth. It is the primary relationship that exists.